Welcome to the Venezia. And on this episode, we're going to go through a ship tour. So we're on deck 3 right now, but deck 0 is just the medical plaza and the gangways that you can get off on whenever you do excursions, whenever you get to ports. Deck 1 and 2 are both just staterooms. So we're starting off on deck 3, which is located kind of middle of the ship, and it's we'll start out right at guest services, and then we're going to transition to the Plaza San Marco, which is the bar, the main bar of the ship. So right here is located the Marco Polo restaurant, and that is actually where you go if you have a reserved dining time. If you don't do your own dining time, if you have an assigned dining time, that's the restaurant you will go to. This is one of the main points of interest that there have been a ton of people at every single night at this bar right here. Also located right here is actually the portrait studio, where you can get different photos taken and also sign up for Carnival adventures, so different excursions, that any kind of excursion that you want to take. Also, there's staterooms located all the way in the back. So starting up to deck 4, this is actually Circle C, so this is for kids ages 12 to 14. So this is Carnival's club for teenagers. And then headed up to deck 4, we're going to start out with the theater. So as you can see, we are in the theater now. This is a very beautiful setting. Right now, we're just finishing up a rock show, and they're getting everybody out to get it cleaned in here. There is a lower section and an upper section. It's on deck 4 and also 5. So there's a lot of room in here. So here on deck 4, as we come out of the theater, are all different shops. Right here is Invicta, that's closed right now. You have all sort of picture opportunities on elegant nights. There's also a guy that's singing. There was several nights where this couples were singing down here in this area. Right here to the left is Cherry on Top. That's the candy store on board. There's lots of different candies, different plush animals for sale, backpacks, things for kids. Located right here is the Smoking Casino. It spans 3 decks, I believe. The Carnival store is located right here with lots of different items for purchase. Right here coming up is a jewelry store. People also waiting to get back into the show. Also located on either side of the theater, which was very confusing. There was a women's bathroom on the left, a men's bathroom on the right, and it was very confusing and took a long time to get people in and out of there. All right, now we're on deck 5, came up the glass staircase. Lots of people here for tonight's entertainment. There are lots of shops up here. You see Estee Lauder, Hipfish Beauty, the Cloud9 Spa is also up here. Effie, which is just another shop that they have with different items. They have watches also up here. You also see Effie a lot in the ports. They have that in a lot of the Caribbean destinations. It's a really popular store there. Coming down this hallway, we have the piano bar located on the left and Bonsai Teppanyaki on the right. We did not try this restaurant, but I've heard it is excellent. It is sushi, and also there's also Bonsai Sushi located on the left. Fahrenheit Steakhouse on the right. I've also heard Fahrenheit is excellent, and we did not try that either. Also, the casino, as you can see, is located below us. Here is the Amari Bar, located straight in front of us. This is also a popular spot. Located down this hallway is Il Viago, which is an Italian restaurant, the Italian restaurant that's on board. There's also a bar located right here, Frizzante. It was a popular spot. Now we're going to transition to outside. So as we make our way out here, definitely a lot quieter, a lot more peaceful out here. A lot of seating, as you can see, tables and chairs, umbrellas for the daytime when it's sunny. There's seating for Bonsai Sushi also outside if you eat there during the day or the nighttime when it's nice out. So coming on down a little bit further, we're running into sunbeds. These are for during the day. There is lots of room on the ends of these decks, both of them, to sunbathe. There was never a problem on this ship finding somewhere to sit. This is also the smoking section right here. So there's lots of smoking in between here and the end of this deck. So this is La Strada Grill. This right here to the right is Pixel's Gallery. So this is where you can get those photos along the ship, and you can go and look at them. You can purchase them if you need to do so. They also have different items here for purchase, shoes, different things for the Carnival adventures. This right here is another bar that was really popular. This is the Carnival Bar and Lounge. It is also highly popular among guests. Everything on this ship is so beautiful and so gorgeous. It's easy to just pick one spot to stay, but really you need to see everything in this ship. It is so beautiful. This right here is the Terrazza Carnival. So this is the special area on Carnival for the different guests that have that package. It has a special hot tub and an area that only these special guests can be. So we won't really go on deck 6, 7, 8, or 9. Those are all staterooms, so they're all kind of look the same, maybe different interiors, but nonetheless, we won't visit those. I do want to talk a little bit about these smart elevators. So these elevators are a lot different than any elevator that we've had. So whichever deck you want to go on, like for instance, our room is on deck 9. So we would push this button down here and you select this and it will turn the screen on. You select the deck that you want, such as 9, it's going to tell you where we need to go to. So it's going to tell us car B. So then you find your elevator, which is B, and it will be lit up for you. And you are going to select that elevator. If you select a different floor, like if somebody comes up behind you and selects deck 3, it will be a different car and they'll get into a different elevator. So those were a little bit challenging whenever we first entered the ship. People were very confused. Everybody was running amok trying to figure out which elevator to be on, which elevator to choose. Really, the first few days, it's better if you can just take the stairs, because it was very confusing and so hard to get an elevator, and people were trying to get in and they were going to floors that they did not need and were not selected, because once you get in the elevator, there are no buttons in the elevator. You cannot select a different floor in the elevator, so make sure that your floor is selected before you get in the elevator.
Hey guys, it's Adam popping in. I don't know what happened to our audio and video on day 2, but you're going to see some stuttering in the video for some reason, and that would throw the audio off. I've done every trick that I know with the editing program that I use to no avail. So apologies for some of the video quality and audio quality. Tried to scrub it and clean it up as much as I could for you. But just wanted to let you know that next time we'll do a little bit better with that. And appreciate you sticking with the video, and stay tuned to the end. I think you'll get a lot out of it when Lindsay and I kind of talk through our thoughts on the ship, and we'll get you back to the video. Thanks. See ya.
This is one of the ways to get into the pool. You have to use the stairs. They will blow the whistle at you. This was neat. Little seat right here that you could sit if you wanted to sit and face away from the pool. This was a neat area. We never swam in this pool, but it's a really neat area. Right here, there are bathrooms, men's and women's. There are also the start of Guy's Burger. There were different burgers in this ship than there are on the Mardi Gras that we went on. We'll show you the menu here when we get around to it. We tried all of these. I did love the milk moots. It was good. My dad said the pepperoni pizza was great. As always, the ringer and the straight up always slap. Now we are headed into the marketplace, just the buffets that are located on the ship. Always the ice cream station. There were fewer ice cream stations on this ship than the Mardi Gras. So there is typically a line at the ice cream station. Looks like they're still serving some dinner down there. They do have self-pour beer stations. They do not have the self-serve soda fountains, but they do have the beer. That is the sandwich shop, very popular, always on there. I'm going back out to the sunshine deck. This starts the seafood shack. They do have free food for lunch. They have a Chinese food, and then they have seafood, of course, that you can pay for. This bar back here was super popular. You never really saw a seat open here. There were always people sitting here, drinking, talking. And this right here that you see is the line for pizza. This is the pizzeria. Very good pizza. This right here is the whole back of the ship. 2 hot tubs, 1 on each side. This place back here during the day, packed. Couldn't ever find a seat down here. This was one of the areas, the very few areas that you ever find a seat. If you want a seat here, you better get up early and get down here and get it. Here behind all these chairs and right behind the sports court is the smoking deck. This was unfortunate that it was by the sports court just because of smell, but they try to put them, you know, a little bit off of the beaten path so you don't have that smell. So it has to be somewhere. Right here, there were always chairs everywhere. Just a walking path there, so definitely a lot more chairs out. Again, always a great amount of chairs, just not a lot of pool space. Right here. This right here to the left is Camp Ocean, the little guy. Also bathrooms. And then now we're headed into the top of the Lido deck. The Lido deck is the main space where people go to hang out. As you can see, lots of different decks here. Lots of kids up here. Always lots of kids and families up here playing games. Little games that I had never seen, such as this one. This area got really crowded really quick because there's not a lot of seating up here. There's enough, but just not a lot. Just like I said, the ship's so beautiful, just everything about it. Every area just has something different, a different aspect of beauty. We'll go ahead and take you on around because over here, right here, there is a chest located with games and books available to read, which we did not see on the Mardi Gras, so that was really nice. Here is a bar. It doesn't appear to be open. Probably some of them will close, I think, at 7 o'clock. Well, there's a lot of chairs on either side. Also some cabanas that lined back here. There was many of them. And this right here that you're looking at is the back of the Lido deck. It's called the Burano Sunshine Deck. And it was a very nice area. That's one of the pools located on the ship as well as Lido. But we were kind of disappointed in the size and the amount of pools after coming off the Mardi Gras. There were so many areas with pools and hot tubs, and this ship was smaller, so I knew it wasn't going to be as much, but this place was packed, especially on sea days. There was not enough spaces for people to be that wanted to be in a pool or a hot tub. Coming up here is the sports court. Always lots and lots of people down here. I came down here and signed up to play volleyball. We failed miserably. They just place you in teams, or you can have your own team of 4. It was definitely not a fun time for me. The jogging track is all the way around this area as well in blue, and there were people jogging. So here on 14, like I said, here's the kids area. Now, Carnival has a rule, and I'm not sure about ships because we've only done Carnival, but children can only be in the water or in the pools. They are potty trained. There are no swim diapers allowed, regular diapers. undiapered children, only if they're potty trained. We did see some that did have some swim diapers, but we won't tell. This area right here, all through here, as you can see, the chairs are put away, but there were so many chairs out. They were on both sides of the ship and also on the other side as well. And it was really nice down here, a lot of chairs, plenty of places to sit. Looking down here is the Lido deck that you can see from 14. And this part right here is actually a retractable roof. So this, whenever it's raining, their Lido deck is actually covered. We didn't get to experience that because we had beautiful, gorgeous weather, but that would have been very nice. Definitely could have used that in October. Coming up here, also up the stairs, is the ropes course. I did not and will not participating in ever again. A little bit different than the Mardi Gras. Didn't have the zip line. But it did have several different challenging aspects to it. We won't go up there and look at it, but that is there on the deck 15 as well. This right here is an arcade. Plenty of games in there. Always lots of kids in there. This right here is neat. Has mini golf course for free. Some different games that you can play. Outside games, so that was really neat. Tables where you can see your stuff. So right now we're on deck 15. It's called the Serenity deck. It's adults only. There's no children allowed up here. So we will go out and show you around a little bit. There are deck chairs out here. It's just a nicer area. So these areas you all have to get up here pretty early, especially on sea days if you want a chair in that area or even under these areas as well. And I know whenever we went on the Mardi Gras back in October, the hot tubs were barely warm. These things, you could boil an egg in there. It is hot. It is an actual hot tub. We just loved the peacefulness of it up here. These cute little lanterns that light up different colors. They have umbrellas. There's so many different chairs available, like these little cabanas. It's just so nice up here. Plus, this is at the very front of the ship, the very forward. So it's also a great place to come on sail away. So beautiful. There's also a second hut on this side, and there's actually nobody in it right now. It has been closed today. They said they were chlorinating it, so that was unfortunate for a lot of people, but it's back open now. There's showers, plenty of bathrooms. Women's is located on one side, men's is located on another. As you can tell, it's fairly quiet up here. It's not quiet all week, but today is actually the last day. So people are trying to get packed up. So it's definitely a lot more peaceful up here tonight. And coming up right now, this is one of my favorite parts as well, are the slides. They were extremely fun. I did not go down this smaller yellow one, but I did go down both of those tall ones, and I got stuck almost in this one right here, in this blue one. It did not have a lot of water pressure. We wanted to kind of wrap up a little bit, do a little bit of what we liked about the ship, what we didn't like, things that are helpful to know that you may not know. Um, One of the very first things that I noticed when we got on the boat was the elevators. Um, People struggled so hard with the elevators. Uh, it was difficult to learn how to use them. Uh, though we watched a video before we even got on, just seeing them, it was just different. You know what? You pick your floor. They take so much longer uh, to get there, and then they fill up so fast. And at the beginning, people were just trying to get on. Well, and it wasn't going to their floor because they didn't select it. So then they were getting upset. So that was something that is definitely different about this ship versus any ship that we've seen.
Smart elevators are really nice. They do cause a little bit longer of a wait, it seems like. There were crowds backed up for those elevators. Of course, you can take the stairs, but
Yeah,
there's 15 decks on here, depending on where you're going.
yeah.
It's a lot of steps. I think what also didn't help the situation is there's one gangway for loading this ship. So there was a huge backlog whenever we loaded onto the ship on deck 3.
Yeah, we waited quite a long time in the queue even to get to where they check your passport and your license and your boarding pass before you even go through security. I mean, there was a queue last time we did it too, but this time we stood there for a long time.
Yeah.
And so definitely if you have any handicaps that prevent you from standing, like I would say it was probably 45 minutes.
Yeah, I
even.
would say. I mean, they shut down the security line because it was so backlogged. And, the Mardi Gras, whenever we got in, it had 2 ways. And so as soon as we were done with
Sped through.
security, we pretty much were on the ship.
Yeah.
So that's a huge difference. If you are going to board the Venezia, just be prepared to wait potentially because of the gangway difference. I'll say though, on the positive side of the ship, the food and the service that we got were
There were a lot of people that I heard
amazing.
complain about the food. We never experienced that. We had the most wonderful servers that we'll put in the video.
Yep.
But we had the most wonderful service. The food was excellent. We ate in the NDR, the main dining room on the Mardi Gras. It was all right. It wasn't anything to write home about, but it wasn't terrible. So this food definitely far exceeded our expectations. We ate in the MDR every night.
Yeah.
And we did not do the Mardi Gras.
No, and tonight, so it's our last night on the ship. They made an announcement that this ship has the best service record in the fleet for their wait staff, and I 100% believe it. So
Yes.
our
First night we had a gentleman, super sweet, and we did the anytime dining, so we could go anytime from 5:30 to 9:15. And so if you choose a time to go to dinner, you are assigned a server, and so they kind of get to know you. And so we wanted that experience, but we didn't want to have to be like, oh, it's 6:30, we have to go to dinner, Well, the second night we went to the MDR, we had our server, Weedy, and we instantly loved him. And so we requested him every single night from then on. So we actually did end up with our own set of servers because you do have your main server, but then there's a group of them that come in and out. So we definitely had the best group of servers.
Are you crying?
So, and then we actually just today at the La Strada for lunch. They're only open till 2:30. Food, fire. It
Yeah.
was so good. Compared to Pig and Anchor on the Mardi Gras, we didn't care for Pig and Anchor. This was similar, just an Italian flair.
Yeah.
They had barbecue, mac and cheese. Ugh, I'm a mac and cheese connoisseur. That mac and cheese was a delight. It was good. And so the food was just phenomenal on here for sure.
Yeah.
We were very surprised because we loved Big Chicken on the Mardi Gras. We actually docked next to the Mardi Gras when we went to Nassau, and I kept joking with everybody I saw. I'm like, "Are you from the Mardi Gras? Are you from the Mardi Gras?" Because I wanted a big chicken sandwich. Like, I will pay you to be a big chicken sandwich. But
We didn't miss it.
we didn't. We really didn't. I was kind of worried that we would because we ate big chicken like
Daily.
almost every meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we didn't miss it.
No.
Food was excellent.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a smaller ship than the Mardi Gras, you know, which may be more appealing or less appealing to you.
It was still a ton of walking, though. I mean,
Yeah,
the Mardi Gras had 8 decks.
I think so.
19?
18 or 19.
And this one had 15, which the 15th, you know, really, as we showed you previously, was just sports courts and stuff like that. So you wouldn't have to go up there. And the Serenity Day on 15. You know, that's really nice if you are an adult and don't come with children, or you need a break from your kids and you want to come up here. It's really nice. But they do have elevators. Like I said, they're slow, but there were a lot of floors that, you know, were just staterooms. So really, if you didn't want to walk, if you just wanted to stay in one area, I guess it would be doable.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of people with the rollators, the walkers with the seats, and a lot of people with walkers, or we saw some people with the scooters that had broken ankle or leg. So, I mean, definitely doable. It's a lot doable, more doable on this ship, I think, than the Mardi Gras. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
This class ship.
You know, one of the questions that I said, and I kind of alluded to it a minute ago, was, you know, would we miss the Mardi Gras because that was our first cruise? And I would say no. I mean, honestly, the smaller capacity of the ship, we met a lot of the same people.
Yes.
I would say we made friends on the ship,
We
which is
did.
great. You know, we kept running into the same people. We had people on our excursions that we kept running into.
Yes.
It's a bit of a more tight knit, you know, feeling, I'd say.
We did enjoy that. We talked with this one family from Nova Scotia.
Yep.
And then we kept running into them. Nia, what's her name? Nia?
Kia, thanks.
Kia.
Yeah.
Kia, sorry. And so sweet. The family was very sweet.
And the family that she was here with won a
yes.
free cruise. Jerks. We were one number away.
Yes, one number away at bingo. We played bingo.
I was sad at first, and then I saw it was them, so I was okay.
Yes, they were so sweet. The excursions on this boat, oh my gosh, the stops.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, so we, you know, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but, you know, Nassau, the first time around on the Mardi Gras, if you've watched that video, we really just kind of walked around the city. We didn't do much. Lindsay found us a Charm of Nassau tour, Charm of the Bahamas, Nassau, something like that, and booked it. And if you have the opportunity to
we'll show you our driver from there.
Yeah.
He was so sweet.
Yeah, Lyndon.
He
shout out Lyndon.
Yes, Lyndon Paul.
Yep.
He lives there, has lived there his whole entire life. So knowledgeable, so sweet. Showed us the class side of Nassau, the middle class, and the upper. And that tour, I love to learn, of course. And so my dad does too. And so that was super fun for us. Getting to come with my parents just was fun. But that tour was definitely worth it. It was $60, so $120. Not bad for an excursion.
No, I think it was 3 hours.
Yes.
So
it was great. It was so great. And then we had time to stop at all the shops that we wanted to right there at the port in Nassau.
and then we went to Montego Bay, and we did goof up a little bit on Montego Bay.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch that video, it's going to be a little shorter because we misunderstood how the buses work there.
We had decided we weren't going to do anything in Montego Bay. My parents a few years ago went to Jamaica, so they had already been to that area. And so they really, you know, they wanted to get off the ship and go maybe to the beach, but I goofed up and we booked the hop on hop off bus, and it actually takes you have to go to the very furthest stop. So you have to go there, and then you can get on another bus and come back. And I goofed up, and
we thought the Margaritaville that we stopped at was actually going to be on Doctor's Cave Beach, and it turned out not to be the case. And
it is not. So please don't be fooled.
Yeah. So
if you want to go to the beach, definitely stop at Doctor's, because it was a beautiful day and it was a beautiful beach.
Yeah.
We did get to see it from Margaritaville, but there was nothing really to do in Margaritaville. And
no, and really between the bus rides, you know, if you choose to do the hop on hop off instead of taxi, the bus rides take up a lot of time.
It takes up so much time. It was almost 45 minutes from the port out to the Rose Hall or Rose Center.
Rose Hall.
Way down there, and the track is, insane.
Yeah.
And so then when you're coming back, we were just worried. I was worried. I do not want to be a port runner. I do not want to have my butt on film. Somebody filming me running down the port. So I was nervous that we would not make time to come back and get on the boat. So that's why we kind of cut it short, and we went to Margaritaville, and then we came back. So I goofed up, but lesson learned. So there's our tip.
Just so you know for next time.
The hop on, hop off. I don't.
Yeah, take a taxi. I think it would be better.
If you got on it early, though, if you got off the ship early and did it, and you wanted to just go to the beach and to the shops, it would be great.
Yeah.
But us, we goofed up and we didn't get off till 10:30.
Yeah, probably.
And that was the last.
We didn't know that until we
that was the last
registered.
hop off bus. So it was definitely just a goof up.
And that's 10:30 ship time, which is
we switched
a time difference compared to what it was in Montego Bay. So that's another tip. Make sure you set your phone clock appropriately, because
take off the automatic time zone, time change.
Use the Carnival Hub app to find what time ship time is.
And always
set your phone to
the Carnival app always has the time on the very top, so you're able to see what time ship time is, because that was I don't believe we had anybody that missed the boat.
We had to wait because of an excursion that actually ran long. I think it lasted 7 hours, so we were late getting out of port because they were late coming back. But thankfully, I don't think we had anybody that got left behind.
We did have a few port runners. There were posts about that on Facebook, in the Facebook group.
Book your excursions through Carnival. It won't leave you.
They not leave you if it's Carnival, so that's a tip too. Another tip while I'm thinking about it is, if you have Facebook, you can typically, any cruise you go on, you can typically search in the bar at the top. You can search for your cruise date. Like we went on the Venezia March 9th, and there's a group. People create a group whenever they sail, and they'll post different updates in there. Like we had these ducks that had our channel on there. So if you followed us from a duck, comment. But we hid these ducks, and there were several people that were posting about what they were going to hide. There were shade ducks, 3 ducks. I mean, there were a ton. And then people will post questions that they have, or information, like the elevators were posted on there. Just different helpful tips. So that's a good hack to know if you ever cruise, is to search the group, and then you can meet people from there. They do a lot of slot pools and stuff too, if you're into the casino kind of thing.
Yep.
So, and we met people from the group that we ate dinner with or whatnot. So that was fun.
our outro to the video is a little bit long, so we'll cut this last part short. But Grand Cayman, if you have a cruise that stops in Grand Cayman, 100% our favorite stop that we've ever done, excursion wise.
Tears. Okay.
We went to a stingray sandbar. We got hold of stingray. Apparently, if you kiss stingrays, it's 7 years of good luck. So I kissed it. So did Lindsay. Lindsay loves the sea, so she was especially all about that
I'm
stuff.
pretty sure I was crying.
Yeah, pretty sure.
The tour at first, it went a few different stops, a rum factory, a town called Hell. So we stopped in Hell.
Yeah, we went to Hell.
And we stopped there. Then we went to Turtle.
Yeah, Turtle Preserve.
Observatory.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I got to get in a tank with sea turtles. If anybody that knows me, I love animals, so and people. But that was so neat. We got to pet them. I'm gonna pick it up, but they told me if I picked it up, I was getting kicked out.
Tossed.
So I refrained from picking it up. But they were so cute. And so there will be a video, I'm sure, with that in there. And then after that, I would have been satisfied with that probably, but then got on a boat and went way out 30 minutes.
Took about 30 minutes to get there.
On a huge double-decker boat with a lot of people. And you'll probably get to see our tour guide for that too in the video. She was so great. We had the best luck with our tour guides, man. I mean, we just looked out this whole cruise. We've just been blessed. But when you got out, there were no shoes allowed. It was just a little sandbar, middle ocean called Stingray Island. And we went there, and there were several boats there. But we just backed in, threw an anchor out. You got right out, stepped out. It was probably about waist deep.
If that,
But the thing about that is, like, my mom and dad got out, and they'll probably be in the video too. But if you're not steady, it's hard, difficult, because
so many boats
so
coming
many
in.
Waves, and I mean, you're just like rocking, just back and forth. But the literal coolest thing was to hold that stingray. I mean, she was a big girl.
Huge.
To hold it, and she just allowed me to hold her and just kiss. I mean, it was fantastic. Definitely by far 100% recommend. It was
so
great.
We'll have videos coming up of our different excursions. I'll probably split it up into 2 or 3 videos, and we'll have the ship tour video here out first. But appreciate everybody that's subscribed so far. If you want to see us do something different on the ships, if you want us to film more food content or anything else, just leave a comment.
We didn't film any food content this time because, well, hunger always takes over. So
that's right. And it's more of especially with Lindsay's family coming with us, it was a little more private time for us. But moving forward, just let us know what you'd like to see. But I don't think there's anything else to say about this cruise. We've had such a great week.
I feel like we would definitely take the Venezia again. I would do these stops again. Honestly, I would literally do the same exact cruise again. It was good. We would definitely take this ship again, just for the staff, the food, the experience. It really was a great time.
So Weedy and Yeoman, the servers that we talked about, thank you much. We had such a great time. You did such a great job. You made us feel like part of your family. We hope we made you feel the same. Kia and your guys' family, thank you for sharing your time with us and your stories and showing us where we need to go in Nova Scotia whenever we make it up that way. But I think with that, we'll close the video, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
See ya.